we have come full circle. It's a full circle moment right now. We are on our last episode of Shamelessly Shontay. We got the four of us on the mic. Who we got?
Francis. Hi.
Kimberly.
And Chanel, I'm back.
Hey, ladies. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Being by my side, producing in the background, writing scripts, taking pictures, selecting guests, entertaining guests, and going through something that we've never done before. How are we feeling about today and our journey of the last 8 months?
I'm sitting here just
I can't tell though.
Like
You kind of calm.
No, like my legs, I'm just like,
they
oh
move?
my gosh, it's just we're here.
Okay. All right.
I can't believe that we've done as many episodes as we've done. Like in the beginning, it sounded so daunting. 52 episodes?
Yeah.
Like, what are we going to talk about? Who are we going to talk to? But we did it. I can't believe we did it.
I still have more to say. Yeah, I still have more to say. What was it like being in the background watching?
It was really cool to watch and just see us grow from episode 1 to episode 52. I think the growth is evident. So I'm really proud.
It's like looking back at your old pictures and saying like, dang, I wish I would have did my makeup differently. right? Like how far you've come. So let's get into some favorites. So what was your favorite moment of Shamelessly Shontay?
My favorite moment was the first episode.
Oh.
It was
Who was that?
that was
Jackie
Lacey.
Jackie
Thank you,
Lacey.
Chanel, because-
Thank you.
I love that episode too.
I do too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were all just so green and nervous and excited. And like Chanel said, where we are now from then, we dipped our toe in the water and then we jumped.
Francis, I wasn't nervous.
I was super duper nervous.
You were?
I had to call a friend while I was driving in that I was so nervous.
Okay. Okay. Why was Jackie's your favorite episode, Kimberly?
Well, it was one of them. I think because she's done a lot in her career, and there's so much that you don't see. I think, for people that are living their lives kind of in front of the camera, as a politician, as a Black woman in Los Angeles, she was part of some really high-profile cases. So it was just interesting to hear things from her perspective. And she's this really little petite woman, but she's like larger than life in terms of what she's accomplished. And I was just really in awe of her. Yeah.
She's the best. Do you have a favorite moment?
One of my favorite guests was, or just someone really cool to have on the show, was Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
I think that was awesome. That's obviously a household name that we all grew up with. So just to go from beginners on a radio to podcast show to having some really big household names on the air with us is something to be proud of. So that was cool.
Yeah. It was a fun time with him because you know what was funny though about that? When we asked him about ashy hands and ashy feet, he like chose the opposite of what we thought he was going to choose, but he actually had the ashy. And that's how we came up with the question. I think most of us knew that, right? Yeah. Most of us knew that. So, but he took it like a champ and he didn't even think twice about it. So whatever. One of my favorite moments was definitely having him and doing our like behind the scenes kind of dancing and stuff. And then the race with Marion.
Yep.
How she literally like propelled herself off of the door and went before like the gun like actually went off. and then Sky like crossing me, so it was just like I couldn't win even if I wanted to win. So that was two of my favorite moments. I also really enjoyed watching, the two of you really like take over a couple of the episodes and allow me to kind of observe and listen to what the guest has to say, as well as like, what your questions were and then your line of thinking. And then for me to kind of pick up where you're leaving off. So,
Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So what was most surprising of the season?
I'm going to say recording in Miami was a really big surprise. That was a surprise.
Miami.
That was also
Tell them about Miami, Chanel.
Yeah.
Oh my
Tell them, you
gosh.
got to set it up. Set it up.
hurricane.
Yep.
Projected
Yes.
projected hurricane as the team is flying to Miami. But we had a few different events in line. I think we were going to do an event for the Black Girl Sunscreen side of things, and then we were going to roll into iHeart and get some guests in for a show. So nothing really worked in our favor or how we thought it was going to work, but we pivoted like we always do.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I don't know, we were recording in a room that we'd never
Was it a
been
room?
in.
It was a closet.
It was a
It was a
closet.
closet.
It was a closet.
It was, yeah.
We
it
had
was,
to back into the room. I mean, there was just like no.
yeah,
there's no space.
no more than two people at a time in the
It was
room.
One and a half.
Yeah. But we made the most out of it. And I never thought that we would take the show to Miami and do an episode and be recording all the way in Miami. So that was something I would have never expected. But I'm really happy we did it.
We was
Yeah,
fly though,
for
'cause
sure.
we rolled up in those what were they?
Travis Scott?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we was
They
real
just
fly.
dropped too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Big
didn't let a
steppers.
hurricane stop us.
Absolutely
No,
not.
it still looked cute.
We got there and made it happen.
Yeah.
In and out in a day, y'all.
In a day.
That
A
night.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay, that was a big. That was
was huge.
That was a
That was a
surprise.
surprise.
So that was a
Yeah.
surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise. We did it. Sync. Yeah. What was something that you weren't fond of?
Cancellations.
That's it. I was like, how do I say this and not come off the wrong way? But I'm just a little surprised at last minute cancellations, day of cancellations, the reasons that some people gave for not being able to make it. I don't know. I was really surprised and disappointed by that. I think that's probably my big, like, wow. But maybe that's like normal in this world, in this space. In business, that doesn't happen. So I just was like, wow,
Yeah.
you're not coming? You broke a nail. Okay.
Oh, child.
Shontay, if you break a nail, are you still pulling up
No.
to record? I
No. But
Yes.
look, it be shade all day in this room. You just gotta know what's going on, baby. You gotta know what's going on. Okay, one nail, I would probably file it in a way where it's incognito.
Mhm.
2 nails, I'll probably file 3. I can't. But I was told that broken nails don't make you any less prettier. And the question is, when do we accept that? Like, when do we actually take that advice?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. One of the things that I wasn't fond of is something that Kimberly just said was, how do I say this without coming off the wrong way?
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm not fond of is having to censor yourself so you're not necessarily offending, or you're trying to figure out how to present it and tiptoe around what you actually just need to say.
Yeah.
And I found that was prevalent throughout the entire season, because you're just trying to get questions out. You're just getting your own thoughts out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of?
I'm actually proud of all of us
Mhm.
because most of us have never done anything like this. Most people have never gone through any kind of media training. So I think the fact that we all were like, okay, we're going to produce this, we're going to write, we're going to talk to people we've never talked about, we're going to maybe share a little bit about ourselves that we normally would. So I think, we came in here like we were pros. You wouldn't know we didn't know what we were necessarily doing. We didn't let that stop us. So I'm incredibly proud of what I feel we achieved. I think that we did everything as if we had been doing it before. And when we had to pivot, we did. Most people would never have known when we had to pivot. And I think it gave us all an opportunity maybe to step outside of our comfort zone a little bit. So, yeah, that's what I'm really proud of.
A lot bit. A lot bit.
If there were a guest, any guest that we could have on Shamelessly Shontay, who would it be?
Michelle Obama.
Yes.
Gosh, sticking with politics, Kamala Harris.
Okay.
Raven Simone.
Ooh, I love
Great
that.
guest. I think she'd be amazing.
Yeah, so fun.
Mm-hmm. Fun.
And I'm going to bring in iced tea.
I knew you were going to
I'm
say
bring
that.
in iced tea, and I'm going to bring in Keke Palmer.
Ooh,
Ooh.
we would kiki it up with Miss Keke Palmer.
Never.
She'll probably ask us some good questions
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so what was one of the biggest challenges you faced this season?
Writing scripts.
Mm-hmm.
It was a challenge for me because, it literally took until the end. I tried writing scripts without, y'all don't laugh, doing good research on the guests because I thought in my mind that it would ruin it for me.
Oh.
And I've come to learn that it's very helpful.
I thought you was going to say without using ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
So you were just winging it.
I was winging it.
Yeah.
I would look at their bio.
Yeah.
If they had a website, I'd take a look at the website
Mhm.
and just try to write questions based off of who that person appeared to be.
That's not a bad thing. It's just one approach,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Did you have a challenge?
Yes. Mine was more personal, though, because I am an extremely private person, very private. I've had friends and family who have listened to the show and have been surprised by some of the things that I've talked about and shared. So I think for me, that's probably been my biggest challenge is having a comfort level to talk about certain things while still protecting things that I absolutely don't want to talk about. So that would be mine.
That's a big one. How about you?
My greatest challenge, I think, is getting right here in front of the camera and on this mic. I've learned that you can be the most outgoing person ever. I think we all could say I have a lot of energy and love to chat and kiki behind the camera. But when I get on this camera, for some reason, it feels a little different. So growing and just becoming more comfortable when I'm on air has been a challenge, but I'm here right now, 52 episodes later, and I feel great. So,
Because you did 1 in 52.
not the shade. Yeah, but it feels good.
You did great though. Every time you hop
Amazing.
on, you do great.
Every
Thank
time.
you. Thank you,
Every
guys.
For me, I have 2. My first one is my pronouns are almost there. And then Francis gets it. And then my second challenge is when I get going, I just get going. So because my brain, I'm an active listener, and my brain, it goes in different directions, and it goes off script. So as someone that is leading the conversation, my expectation is for people to quickly follow along and know where I'm going. It's almost like me thinking that you can read my mind and you can't.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that like I have learned to change and just kind of pause and, you know what, let me go back to the script so everyone knows, where we're at. And that's just because I like to talk. But we've also had some really amazing guests that I've connected with. So it was very easy for me to talk with them and just have a casual conversation. Was there any guest that surprised you?
The crazy thing, I don't know why this surprised me because this is his profession. But Cedric the Entertainer was just himself. Like, comedians are comedians, but to just see it in person and the jokes just fly out of his mouth. And it's just a casual conversation, but you're in tears by the time it's over because that man is so funny.
Yeah, I remember watching the episode back and I was like, oh my gosh, I laughed so much. Like, did I laugh too much? Because it was like, what was the question even at that point? So I just remember that episode having a lot of fun.
Yes.
It just seemed like so much fun.
My cheeks literally hurt at the end of that episode because I laughed so much.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dr. Alfie surprised me. She made me think that I needed therapy again.
That was a good one.
It was a very powerful, episode. Jarrah surprised me. Jarrah. I think I'm pronouncing it properly. She had a very engaged audience. And what that showed me was that she is capable of building community.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really thinking about holistically going to the YouTube channel, going to the Instagram, and how she just supported Shamelessly Shontay and Shontay by reposting everything, by tagging, by saying, go listen to the rest of the episode. So that was just a nice surprise. There was no expectation from really any guest, but she went above and beyond. Who would we not want to have another conversation with? Uh-oh. Kimberly got what she's cracking up. I don't even know who she's thinking.
Oh.
Did they not come on the show?
No.
Oh, okay.
This person showed up.
Uh-huh.
And here's me again trying to censor myself.
Yeah.
But without saying this person's name,
Yeah.
it took a bit of work to get this person on the show. But it was at least,
I know who you're talking about now.
Okay.
Me too.
It was an all.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
The build up. It was perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Miss
So
Perfect.
here. Okay. So
Oh my God.
We giving hints. We
Yes.
giving hints. Go ahead.
okay.
Okay.
But so it was the first show where I wanted to say more
Yes.
than time allowed me to say, because I had very strong feelings about some of the things this person was saying and disagreed violently. Like, I really disagreed.
Mm-hmm.
And I could have had a very long discussion with this person. So, yeah, it left me feeling a certain kind of way, unfortunately. I think sometimes when you know a person just by watching them, so outside looking in, and then you have an opportunity to actually interact with that person, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm a little disappointed,
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like they say, you shouldn't, the people that you admire, maybe sometimes you shouldn't meet them, because disappointment often comes because they're not necessarily who you thought they were.
Yeah.
So I just left feeling like, yeah, I really needed to talk to this person more to help this person understand why he was not right. And everybody has their own opinions, but there are cases where there is a right and a wrong. And I wasn't able to get there because time just didn't allow it.
Do you have anything? Anybody else have any?
There was just one guest that it just felt like a rough interview. Just pulling teeth to get questions answered.
Uh-huh.
So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, because I'm lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. It's
Yeah.
good that I'm lost.
Okay.
Chanel.
An episode that was challenging was when someone came on the episode and we were doing like our pre-episode warm-up where we're just getting the vibes right, and the vibes were apparently so far off. Yeah, so much that the guest actually said that she was completely thrown off by the vibe, so we had to switch it up. So.
Right. I know exactly who you're talking
That was
about.
my fault. All right. I'll think about it.
No, I don't think that was your fault.
Okay.
Don't take the blame.
I'm
for
trying
that.
to think of
Thank
who it might
you.
have been.
You don't know?
Maybe I wasn't here. I don't know.
Okay.
You're here.
So has there been a guest that has changed your perspective on any topic?
I don't know. So I'm just going to say it was Dr. Alfie, which was really a show that I loved so much. I don't think my perspective was changed because I do see so much value in therapy. But she said things in a way that made me think about things differently,
Sure.
unapologetically. So I remember there was some dialogue around being worried about being labeled as an angry Black woman, and she talked about, well, wait a second. If you are angry and you are Black, like, why should you be apologetic about it? So that was just one nugget. There were so many. I mean, it was such an amazing episode, but she just made me think about things in a way that I was like, oh, okay, wait a second. I'm okay to feel that way. And it was just the way that she would say things. So I don't know. I think as Black women, sometimes we feel like we have to apologize for everything. We have to kind of rock on eggshells, and we're trying to avoid different stereotypes. And I think she was like, there are certain stereotypes that we can actually own, and be proud of it and unapologetic. So I thought she was amazing. I got so much out of that episode.
She was phenomenal. We had a wellness conversation and intimacy wellness conversation that made me think to myself that, like, it is okay to say certain words without it being, like offensive or taboo.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, we're all adults here. And depending in the context, then it's appropriate to say certain things, to refer to your body in a certain way. So that person changed my perspective and how I would approach, intimate conversations.
That was a fun chat.
I'm excited to listen to that one.
Me
I don't
too.
think I was here.
Okay. So we had some viral moments happen. One of our posts got 1.7, I think it's like 1.7 million views today, and it's still going. It's like literally still going. Do you all remember that moment?
Mm-hmm.
So the moment was we asked Nate, the travel guru expert, Nate the Great, where did he think the most beautiful women lived, or what country did they come from, something like that. I'm kind of paraphrasing here, and he dropped his top 3 countries, and then it was interesting because this is a 30-second clip, and I say something like, "Oh, you didn't even say the United States, right?" And they lit us up in those comments, just about, oh, of course you're going to be mad because you didn't say Black women, and look at you, shame on you. American women aren't pretty and stuff like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally like on Instagram. So we went viral for that, and it went so viral that we have been included in other people's kind of mashups and compilations of Black women that are like potting because of the question that we asked him. And really, my body language was the same. I just kind of looked, maybe blinked a couple times, but I wasn't upset. The funny part about that, too, is that I thought a clip from his show was actually more like funnier when we talked about the man unit. And we actually carried the man unit through several episodes because we had guests that were hair challenged.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked them if they would wear a man unit, and they said no. So the fact that didn't get movement, and men commenting on women's looks did get more movement was really eye-opening for me. And it continues to be eye-opening because I see so many men commenting on women's appearances. So what has been the most eye-opening moment for you all?
We had a guest, and this was early in our show, and she shared something about her relationship with her husband. And
I remember this.
Yes. And that blew up.
Yeah.
And, when people say things on the show, you hope that it kind of stays here and that it doesn't come back in other ways. I'm hopeful that it didn't cause too much friction at home. But it is interesting that people have opinions on what other people do.
Yeah.
And what might be normal for one couple should be fine as long as that's their thing.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody had an opinion.
And people would disagree with your statement just now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. That was actually our first viral moment. And that thing was so viral, I turned off the comments. I couldn't take it.
Can you remind me what the comment was? Was it about an open
relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And the husband saying that he wanted one and the wife wasn't agreeing with
Right.
it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I turned off the comments on that. So how did you all feel about going viral?
I think it says a lot about people in general.
Okay.
You know, what people care about, what people are wanting to talk about versus maybe things that, I don't know, might be a little bit more important in the world. But yeah, open relationships or what part of the world the most beautiful woman can be found. Like what are, to me, sometimes very surface, but that is what people are excited to talk about, you know? Everybody seems to have a judgment to make on somebody else. What might work for them. If I don't agree with it, then I gotta let you know. I gotta talk about it. So I think it's interesting to see what goes viral, and I do think it says a lot about who we are.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it says a lot about the internet. I feel like it's just a place where people go and dump senseless comments, and it's unfortunate, but just rude things that they want to say about other people's lives. So yeah, it's funny to put it into perspective because we go out of our way to share people's platforms on the air and tell their stories, and then just for clips about having an open relationship or which women I think are the most beautiful and where they reside from. Those are the clips that end up going more viral. So I agree with Kimberly. It's really interesting.
Because these people have very interesting lives and platforms and are doing really great things in their lives. And that's ultimately what we brought them here to talk about, because I think that everybody has something interesting about them that most people may or may not ever hear about. So it's just, for me, it was interesting to hear people's stories, their journeys, and what's important to them. But yeah, it's those little things that we just didn't expect that is what other people actually want to hear and talk about.
I mean, one clip that went viral was when I asked a guest if, what would she do if a man requested she come to a second date not wearing makeup.
That one was big.
It was real big. And I mean, the attacks were on, right? From even the semantics of it's all semantics. Like, she said request and not demand. Like, well, okay. Okay. And just the attacks and some good comments. It's just really interesting. I know my behavior on the internet is I don't leave anything negative because I think that it can always come back. I also don't have time. I don't have time.
That's the thing. People have so much time.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Wow. Yeah.
All right. So, how did I feel about going viral? I thought that so in 2020, in my opinion, the podcasting world really picked up. This is the height of the pandemic, and people had some extra time, and they wanted to share their thoughts. So in 2020, I never thought that I would have a podcast, or I didn't even care to share my thoughts. And then 4 years later, here we are. Here I am. And I feel liberated when we have our debriefings, when we have our pre-meetings, and then when we get on the mic and we're able to speak on topics timely, when we're able to be a portion of ourselves, and for people to listen to us. So going viral is, hey, they actually are saying something, right? We're not getting on the mic and not talking about nothing. And for me, it's like, okay, you have to shield yourself in a way where it's, all right, this is getting traction, but you can't go too deep in the weeds, because if you do, that's when it becomes like it feels personal. But if I'm curating my life to be around high vibrational people, great people, then it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say in that form. So viral is like, whoo. And I understand why people limit comments, right? I do understand that. I understand why people don't even write captions under their posts.
Yes.
They just post it and just like you interpret it however you want.
Because there's always someone somewhere that has something
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah,
It
right.
blows my mind.
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing about Black women?
My favorite thing about Black women is that we're everything.
Yeah, I think that, we're unexpected. We have our ways of doing things. We are very strong-willed, strong-minded, unapologetic in so many ways. And we know how to get things done. It's like we're just used to barriers. We're used to roadblocks, and we will pivot. We will do whatever we have to do. So I love being a Black woman. I love doing this show with Black women. And it's interesting because, people will say, wow, you guys are so great. You're so professional.
Like
you're
surprised,
so put
right?
together. And I'm like, why are you surprised? We always come with excellence is how I feel. So that is what it means to be a Black woman.
I always look at those comments as insulting, because what do you expect us to come as?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about Black women?
I think the flavor that is added to everything we do.
Come on now, Spice.
Yeah.
When I look at it, it's never normal. It's never ordinary. It's always extraordinary.
Love it.
And I love that. I think it.
Snaps, right?
Yes.
You get snaps for that one. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
I think it influences so many other women
Come on
and
now.
men. So
Yes,
I'm
that part.
I'm happy. I'm
We going to
gang, and I'm
church.
happy I get to be a part of it.
That is it. Always
Hey now,
influencing.
Gang,
Catching the ghost.
Mhm.
Let me stop it. We're going to edit that out. Edit that out. Okay?
What's your favorite?
I got so many. Oh my gosh, look at your faces. How beautiful are you all, and so different. Should I go aesthetics first? Should I go mental? What should I do? All right, so first I like sometimes just the understanding where we could just look at each other and be like,
Whole
All in
conversation.
that look.
Yeah,
Or
I
Whole
love that.
conversation.
One look. Yes.
and I'm animated.
One look.
So the one look vibe is there.
Yes.
I also love that we rise to the occasion, right? So if something happens and we know we got to step in, that's what we're going to do. No questions asked. Maybe later. But initially,
We gonna
okay.
get the job done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All the time.
you step up.
Mhm.
I love the bonds that groups of people have. And it's crazy because it may be just based off of complexion, right? So I'll take that. And you know what? We all look different on this set, but we're all very beautiful. So, Francis is rocking braids. Kimberly has, I think, 3 ponytails, right? But it looks like one.
No,
Is
it's
it two?
one.
Is it one?
It's one.
And then you spread it out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But and then Chanel has, she got a bust down straight. Okay, it's not a bust down though. It's her hair straight, and then I have some curly hair. But we're able to show up in different forms and just be ourselves and be so pretty. And I hate to bring up the hair as one. No, I don't hate it. I wanted to bring it up because we are often talked about in terms of our hair and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, no, but it doesn't define us. But you know what? We are still cute. But we're all still different.
Yeah. I can rock my hair natural. We can do braids.
We can do whatever we want.
We can do whatever we want. All of the above.
I love that Black women are starting to trust one another. It's taken some time. But when you surround yourself with the right ones, there's trust. And growing up, I didn't always see that. It was skepticism. The last thing I love about Black women is, unfortunately, no matter how many shots we take, right? We've gone viral quite a few times. There's some nastiness. We're still here on 52.
Yep.
It didn't make us stop.
Roll right off.
Well, it didn't roll right off. For me, anyway.
Okay.
Right? I had to take it in. I had to understand it. And I had to overcome it. And then say, no, I'm going to continue this. So I didn't give up because someone took shots. I am not a glass house. So if you throw rocks at me, I'm not going to break. And that's what I love about Black women. My last question is, 2 questions. What's the craziest thing you said on this platform?
I mean, that's the name of the show, Shameless.
Yeah.
Right?
You said, kissable lips.
Oh, gosh.
When we were talking about making pop.
Yes, I didn't
Kissable
realize
lips.
that was
that
going to
was-
be a thing.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I'll own that.
Yeah. I remember that. You said kissable lips. I say crazy stuff all the time. But I don't think it's crazy. It's just.
That's the thing. I didn't
Yeah.
think it was crazy.
Okay.
Shameless.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Okay. If we could describe the show in one word, what would it be? Oh, Chanel gave me the obvious face, like. So
We're having our conversations again with,
right,
with no words.
With no words. So I feel like I know her adjective. Is it shameless?
Mhm.
Okay.
Right. I was going to say shameless as well.
Yeah.
Or unapologetic. Same thing.
Yeah.
Accomplished.
Hey now, I don't have one. Yeah. Because I can't do it in one. Like I feel liberated every time I come here. Like I want to talk all the time. I feel grateful. I feel grateful for the 7 of us. I can't count. I was like ordering something last night and I couldn't get the number right, although I know everyone's name. But anyway, it's weird. Sorry, I go on these like random things. That's my brain. So I feel grateful that people want to work with Black Girl Sunscreen, Shamelessly Shontay, Shontay, Francis, Kimberly, and Francis. I feel grateful that when a guest comes, they say, oh my goodness, this person was excellent via email. Your team is amazing. I feel grateful to have this group of people around me in this moment. I feel that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life in this moment. And not that many people can say that, but I'm saying it for myself at least. So this show has been, I'm not going to tear up because that's not what I do on spot, but this show came out of nowhere. It literally came out of nowhere. This wasn't part of the business plan. This wasn't part of the forecast. This literally, and I'm talking about some business stuff here, but this came out of nowhere for Black Girl Sunscreen. And it was really to talk about and infuse sunscreen and amplify it in a different way, different than other brands are amplifying their message. But we took it to a whole nother level because, 15 minutes of it is, talking to a guest and how they impact their community. And then we have, 3-4 minutes on the business and sunscreen. So, again, I don't have one word to describe this show because it means so many things to me. And I've told you all countless times, like, I can't wait for our shameless call. I can't wait for a shameless call. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. So I think this is just what I needed in my life.
Mm-hmm.
52 more episodes. Can you imagine?
No, we killed that with ease. We killed that.
We
with
can say that
ease.
now. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you feel like it was a hefty goal when I proposed it?
Oh, sure. In the
Yeah.
beginning, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think we're all being asked, or we were selected. So thank you for trusting us and selecting each and every one of us. But we're all being asked to step into roles and wear hats that we never have.
Because I saw it in you already.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I love that, but
Yeah.
that doesn't make it easy.
Yeah.
It was a challenge.
It was a
She said, I love
daunting
that
task.
for you, Shantay.
No, I love that for us, and I thank you for that. But it was a challenge, and we all had to rise to the occasion. So I'm proud of it. But yeah, definitely a challenge that we overcame.
Mhm. Yeah, it was daunting in the beginning. I was like, oh my gosh, 52 seemed like a big number, doing something I'd never done before, having to write and be on the mic. I was like, what?
Right, and Mike.
Yeah.
That was a
So,
Yeah. There were
Don't
definitely
edit that out.
there were definitely some growing pains in the beginning. And they all got ironed out as we
Chris with starch, right?
starched it up.
Mm-hmm.
The more we recorded, the easier it became for us, I think. The more comfortable we all became, because I think I know I was verbally nervous, but I think there was some nerves amongst everyone in some aspect.
Oh, yeah.
And 52 episodes later, and we killed it.
I'd be nervous for the people. We're about to walk in here.
That's the other thing, just
Yeah.
the energy
Yeah.
exchange, you know?
That's
It can be so easy when the energy is
Now I
amazing.
understand why certain people don't want to be touched. Like when you in a picture, maybe the arm around you, because it's a transfer of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's give a shout out to behind the scenes. Right?
yes.
So let's
Woo,
give
woo.
the proper shout out here. So we have Mike on video. Let's talk about Mike real quick. All right. For the people that can't see Mike, cilantro. He came on camera. Okay, cool. You know, Mike, he likes to blush a little bit. But you know, we butter him up a little bit. Mike, what was your expectation? I mean, day one. What'd you think?
Every day was an adventure. I didn't know what to expect. So it was great. All the new guests that were coming in and hearing everything they had to say. I just learned a lot this year, honestly. It was great being here.
Okay, cool. Well, let me tell you about Mike. Okay, day one, Mike. Mike, where you at? You know, this is his look, but he was looking like Edward Scissorhands, okay? Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
own it. I'll own it. I'm
Thank
not
you.
good with maintenance. I'm
So-
not good with maintenance. I gotta have my hair shorter.
So it's not shade.
Yeah, no,
So
it's not
so
shade.
it's
I've
not
always
shade.
struggled with my hair. I'm not
is
good with
it a
maintenance.
struggle, though?
For me, I got this like hella weird Jewish hair. It's not the good curly hair. It's like wavy. I don't really
Yeah.
know what to do.
But he was fly, though. That's the
Always
thing, though,
fly.
right? Like,
Yeah.
so his hair.
Always fly.
So it was intentional or unintentional. That was the look, right? So Mike came in and gave a different edge to Shamelessly Shontay and got his proper on, you know, on video and stuff like that, and just a kind of calm, cool demeanor, which was good for us.
Needed.
Yeah,
Like, I love Mike for that reason.
the calmness,
Always
right?
calm,
Yeah.
always chill, always something to say in his way, whether he's, rocking a hat, super baggy pants. Like, he's got a look that I love that is Mike.
It's him.
It is him. So I think, we talk about different energy and what people bring. He brings the chill, relaxed vibe, never seems to be nervous about anything, which I think the show needs.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you, Michael. Cilantro.
Thank y'all. Love being here. Love y'all.
Okay. And love the black and white cookies.
And the black and white cookies.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Then we got Willow. Hi, Willow. She came kind of
I can't read
mid-season. Oh, look at Willow. Willow's
I'm
blushing
blushing.
too.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
That's all right. So Willow is the woman that is. I mean, she keeps a schedule, y'all. Y'all get off that schedule. She getting right back on it. In terms of and we need that, right? You need someone that is organized and that is consistent.
Mhm.
So Willow brought that to Shamelessly Shontay, and every time I spoke to Willow, she had thoughts and ideas and wasn't afraid to share them amongst this group. So, what was your expectation? What was it like?
Coming into this, I was just so excited to be with like a group of women and to like empower that message to more people and just be able to talk about it. From the beginning, I was so excited by just like the overall message and point of Shamelessly Shontay.
Okay.
Which is why as soon as I heard from you and we started speaking about it, I got excited and I saw the vision and I saw how it could impact people. And I think that's why it's been such a good fit all along. Because every time we talk, even when we like are talking about the content calendar or anything, and coming up with captions and whatnot, I feel like it's almost like we are vibing off of each other's points and energy. And that's what helps expel a social strategy anyway, because we are building off of the message that's already there.
Look at that. She's dropping gems for y'all.
Yeah. Listen, which is why I love Willow so much, because she came in, I don't know, midway and like slid right in. Like she had always been part of the team. Incredibly confident.
My mind went somewhere else.
Oh my gosh.
That was the first time my mind does not think.
I'm not even trying.
Like, she talking about sexy lips and sliding. Is that not what she just
Willow,
said?
I did not mean it in that way. If you want to take it in that way,
I so missed that.
okay. But Willow,
that went way over. I didn't. I missed
I guess I'll let it go from here.
Okay.
But I love Willow.
We do too.
We love you, Willow.
Willow, thank you.
Thank you.
And then we have our engineer. We have Kayla.
Woo, woo.
Hi, Kayla. Come on the mic. What was your expectation?
I was nervous.
Uh-huh.
I was nervous working with a powerhouse like Shontay Lundy.
Oh, no.
And I didn't know, you built this huge empire, so I didn't know how kind you were going to be, but you were so sweet, so inspirational. I don't get to work with many women of color in this industry. There's probably like 3 of us in the building that I can count on. So working with Black women in this type of environment feels something in me that I can't even fully articulate. It is so nice. It feels like home a bit.
Mm-hmm.
East Coast Black women on the microphone, inspiring, and it fills me up with so much joy.
Love it. The energy that you brought was also pretty calm.
Yes.
Pretty calm and different than
Thank
we've
you.
experienced in the past. So what I did enjoy about you was you taking the initiative on editing and saying, hey, I've taken a stab. Thank you. You've saved me some time. And that's what it is to rise to the occasion, to step up. And that's what I was saying about the things that I just love about the people around me. So I appreciate you coming here and it now feeling like home. And I'm not this big, bad, evil person.
You are so not. None of you are.
All right, y'all. So we are on our last breaths, right? Our shirts say we came, we spoke.
We came, we saw, and we spoke.
Right. Chanel got it.
Isn't it the back though? That
Yes,
says that?
it's the back. Okay. So can y'all do the lips on the Can I get your lip? Go ahead for camera, Francis. Can we get the lip?
What's the?
What's that doing?
No, I can't
Chanel
do that.
knows what it is. There it is, Chanel.
I can't do that.
It's
You
like
try.
a-
Yeah, you got
Look,
it. You got it
I
perfect.
feel like I'm just.
No, you got it. You got it. See, you can do it on your left side. I can only do it on my. It's my favorite. My favorite face. That's why Chanel put it. All right, y'all. So until next time, you're listening to Shamelessly Shontay.
Bye.
Dodge them sunbeams. Just put on your black girl sunscreen. Ay, black don't crack a dozen. Black people get sunburned too. Ask my cousin. Skin to skin is for women and for men.